Think about it. 9 times out of 10, a person who's quiet is not bothering you. So let them be. Hey y'all, my name is Kai and this is Deep Dive with Kai. Today I wanted to talk about something that I have really had to sit with and learn how to hold as a person who has a lot to share with the world, has a lot inside of me. But I want to preface by saying, okay, in no way do I feel like us as quiet people need to change who we are. I think that is easy to, when you're in a world full of people who may be extroverted, it's easy to feel like you're at a deficit, like there's something wrong with you because you don't have a desire to go around talking to everybody and everything that you see. Okay, so I want to preface by saying that this video is not going to be about how to change. Okay, it's just going to be about how to recognize some of the issues, which honestly, if you're a quiet person like me, like all of these things that I'm about to say, you already know, like you experience. Because one of the biggest things about being a quiet person is being able to observe. And I'm not saying the extroverts can't do that, right? But when you walk into a room and you don't choose to go in like immediately feeling like you're going to speak to people and you're going to be social, there's a level of awareness that comes with your surroundings due to that. And so with that being said, some of the things that I'm going to say, people who are quiet already know these things, but I just want to bring them, like I want to speak them so that people really like recognize how difficult it can be to be quiet living in this world. I also want to preface by saying that people can be quiet for different reasons. Sometimes people are quiet because it's a part of their personality, right? They're just naturally introverted. Sometimes people are quiet because they've experienced trauma and they don't know how to move in a room comfortably without feeling uneasy. So just be aware of that. Like people, like sometimes people are like this because they're naturally introverted and this is just who they are. Sometimes people are like this because they're trying to make sure they are safe in a space before they open up themselves. So those things are important, I feel like, because it can help people around us be more understanding of like, I'm not going to just be in here talking a lot, and that's okay. Because I might have my own reasons, or it might just be who I am, right? The first reason why, like, this is the most annoying reason to me, or like of all of them, is that people who are quiet are often mistaken for being shy. Please understand, shy and quiet are not the same thing. Okay, a person being shy can mean, first of all, actually, let's look up the definition of shy. Let's look it up real quick. Okay, so the definition of being shy is being reserved or having or showing nervousness or timidity timidity. I ain't never heard that word. Anyway, in the company of other people. Okay, now understand that just because a person is quiet does not mean that they are nervous, does not mean that they are scared, does not mean that they feel uncomfortable around other people. Sometimes that can be the case, but that does not necessarily mean that. And that's one of the main things that has always annoyed me, is people assuming that because I'm quiet, I'm afraid of sharing who I am. When the truth is, people who I choose to feel comfortable around know that I have absolutely no problem, sharing who I am. But I choose to be quiet in spaces where I choose to be quiet, because I don't feel the need to go into all spaces ready to say everything to everybody. Okay, so that's the first thing. Stop assuming that people who are stop mistaking that people who are quiet are shy and scared of the world. Okay, that is not always the case. That is not always the case at all. So we just need to let that go. We need to let it go completely. Let's let that go. Okay, because it puts us people in a spot where people think that like we can't show up for ourselves, or we can't speak up or advocate for ourselves, when that's not always the truth. And that's gonna kind of tie into another one that I'm gonna talk about later. Another one that's annoying, I think, and I think this is more specifically sometimes tied to being a woman, but maybe I'm not, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, another one is that people mistake you being quiet for you like having an attitude, or you not liking them. Okay, and I think that one could go both ways. Let me tell you why. Because I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. That can go both ways because, like I said, people who are quiet are usually more observant. Okay, so they're going to observe people who they choose to speak more to and say more to for whatever reason. Maybe they feel more comfortable with that person. Maybe they feel something about that person doesn't align with who they are, so they are going to choose to share less. So with that being said, a person being quiet doesn't automatically mean that they don't like you, or automatically mean that they have an attitude. It just means that they don't have anything to say. Okay, now sometimes because people who are quiet are observant, they may refrain from saying much to you because they feel or they observe something that makes them feel like, I don't really have anything to share in this scenario. I don't really have anything to give, right? Because we're observant people. So if we feel or we notice something, it might give us the inclination, I'm gonna just withhold everything that I have to say. So with that being said, a person being quiet does not necessarily mean they have an attitude or don't like you, but sometimes it could mean that. But either way, they're not bothering you, so don't bother them. Okay, the next reason why or the next danger of being a quiet person would be people look at you as mysterious, or something that they want to find more out about. Now this one I've experienced a lot, and it's difficult because what I think that creates is, I think it creates a level of false interest. Now let me explain what I mean by that. If you meet a person and they're quiet, right, and they're not immediately talkative, you haven't really seen them share a lot of like words about themselves, and so you're interested, you're like, ooh, like I'm interested, like there's something mysterious about this person, like I want to know more, right? You go into it with a preconceived desire to really just know more about their business. Let's take a pause for that. You go into it with a preconceived desire really just to know more about their business. Now understand, when you're getting to know a person, that's what you want, right? You want to learn more about them. You want to know more about who they are. But a lot of times as quiet people, we experience this a little bit more heightened because people see it as mysterious. So a lot of times people are interested in learning more so that that curiosity is satisfied, not because they actually want to get to know you. And that is the danger. That's the trouble. Because a lot of times you have people pretending to be interested in getting to know you when genuinely they're just like, I just need this curiosity. Like, I need this to be like satisfied, And so because, you ain't never really said a lot around me. And so because of that, like I always wondered about you and always wondered what you had, and then once they get that, it's like, oh, okay. Like they realize that you're a human being just like everybody else, like, yeah, I might be mysterious. I might be special in God's eyes, all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being just like everybody else. Okay, I use the bathroom just like you. I go to sleep just like you. I'm a human being. Yes, I just choose not to say a lot of words at all times. Okay, so that one is something that I think a lot of times makes it even more difficult for people who are quiet to share about themselves, because they've had to experience so much of people just being interested for the sake of learning your business just to feel like they know it. Not because they actually want to get to know you and accept all of who you are once they actually get past that level of quietness. And that can be hard because it makes sometimes quiet people feel like, I'm gonna just be quiet. Because like if I share more about who I am, like, are you really gonna continue to be interested? I don't know. That's just something that I've definitely experienced myself. Another one would be expectations. Like when you're quiet, sometimes people have expectations that immediately means that you're going to be easy to be influenced or naturally submissive. And I think this is definitely one for women. I can't, like I said, like I can't say 100%, but I can definitely say this for women. I've literally had people tell me, oh, like you were so quiet, I thought you were going to be different. You're so quiet, I thought you would be more, soft spoken. You're so quiet, I thought you would like not, be opinionated or have opinions. I've literally experienced that. So let me explain something. Let me take a quick second to explain something before I wrap this video up, okay? Understand that a person being quiet in public and not choosing to always be the loudest one in the room does not immediately share their personality. Now, it shares their personality in connection with other humans, but just because you experience a person in a social environment this way does not mean that's exactly what you're going to get from them. Okay, so just because I don't share much unless I have something to say, that's one thing about it. If I have something to say, I will say it. That's why I said that just because I'm quiet does not mean that I'm shy. Because if I have something to say, I will say it. I have no problem with it, okay? But with that being said, Russ, get down. With that being said, just because I don't share and I choose and I pick and choose when to share in a public setting, that does not mean that it's going to be easy for you to influence me, or that does not mean that it's going to be easy for me to just listen to everything that you have to say and not have opinions, okay? I've definitely experienced this a lot, and it's annoying. It's annoying because people don't realize that people who are quiet have opinions. They have thoughts. They have a life. They have experiences. They have things that have brought them to the point of who they are, right? So don't assume naturally, baby, because you see me in a room and I'm not quiet and I'm not loud and I'm not boasting and I'm not walking up speaking to everybody. Don't assume that when you get to know me more, I'm just gonna be super submissive and super easy for you to like, influence. Like, no, like I have thoughts. I have opinions. I have feelings. And just because you think that because I was quiet around you and you didn't hear much, it's going to be easy for you to just come along and tell me everything that, I'm just going to go for whatever you say is truth. That's not, like, that puts you in a place to be disappointed. Not us. I mean, it disappoints us too, because it's almost like you expected me to just not be human. It's like you expected me to just let everything happen, like, which is not the case, which sometimes leads people who are quiet to like either like cutting you off or lashing out, because it gets to a point where it's just like, no, like, no, like, I'm not going to let you think that just because I'm quiet or just because I don't share so much that I don't like that that I don't know what I know, or I don't know what I feel, right? So all that to say, y'all, do not go into meeting people who are quiet or getting to know people who are quiet with the wrong intentions, okay? Because like everybody, like your fellow extrovert, if you're extroverted watching this video, right? We are humans. We have things that we believe. We have things that we don't believe. We have experiences that lead us to who we are. And so all you're really going to learn more as you get to know us is that we're human just like everybody else. Okay, so let go of this idea of, you know, oh, either like, oh, this person is really mysterious, I want to learn more about them. And also let go of like, oh, this person is like standoffish, like they got a problem, they don't want to talk to me. Like, let go of all of that and just let these people be. Let people be in spaces, okay? Because honestly, the more people are allowed to be in spaces without a person making them feel like putting them on this pedestal of being mysterious and interesting, or lowering them down to being, oh, she got a problem or she got an attitude. The more that happens, there's going to be observations that happen with these quiet people because we observe. So they're going to peep and they're going to be like, okay, this person already probably think I got an attitude. They already think I got a problem. So I'm really not going to talk to you now because I don't got nothing to prove. What, you want me to walk up to you and be like, hey, I know I'm quiet, I know I'll talk to you a lot, but I really think you, no, like, no. And then on the other side with the, you know, putting us on a pedestal of being mysterious is like, you know, it puts us in a place to where we feel like we have to be mysterious, or we have to be, you know, special, or we have to, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not special, but I'm saying like I'm a human being. You know, like, you gonna get what you gonna get when you meet me regardless, right? So give people a chance in a space to just be. Just be. Because people who are quiet are most likely not bothering you. Most likely. Think about it. 9 times out of 10, a person who's quiet is not bothering you. So let them be. Let them be. Be genuine in your interactions with them. Because they can tell. Most of the time. Be genuine in your interactions with them, and don't expect them to not have thoughts. Don't expect them to be scared of advocating for themselves. Treat them and approach them as a normal human being, and you'll get far. Anyway, I'm wrapping this video. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you resonated with anything that I said, like this video, comment, subscribe, y'all. Join to the gang, and I'll see you in another video. All right, bye-bye.